This is Global News Morning. Welcome back. I am your buddy Bill, wishing you a great Wednesday morning, and please join me in welcoming our good friend Matt Lee. How you doing, bud?
I'm great. How are you?
Very well. We're talking doors here. I had no idea there was such a wide array of options, maybe to spruce up one's home, change it up a little bit, maybe modernize it, maybe even give it a little bit of a throwback. Lots of
Yeah,
things to discuss with doors.
yeah. I think the easiest way to describe, when you're picking doors is you're talking about character to your home.
Mm,
And I think that it's one of these things that, if you have a modern style house, you're not going to go with an antique door. If you have a stone and or brick home, you might not go with that modernized door unless you've done something unique with other pieces to the house. So I think that there's character pieces to this. I think that exterior stuff that you see is what you're walking up to, and that's one of your first impressions.
right.
Interior pieces, uh, I personally think that they add a lot of character to the house.
I happen to agree with you. Let's go international. We're kicking off with Dutch doors, first of all. Explain the Dutch
Yeah.
doors.
So you've got the two piece door, and their weather's a lot different than ours, right? And I mean, I think that they don't, in Europe they don't have a lot of AC. You've got the top part of the door that they will unhinge and open, and it'll allow a nice breeze through the house and keep any animals that are on the farm out. So it's good. I think it's nice. It gives the house a bit of fresh air.
Okay, French doors.
French doors. You've got these multiple glass panels. You're allowing as much natural light from one room into the next. So, French doors will allow you to have privacy while you're having a formal dinner, but it will separate from family room or living room where somebody else might be having a conversation. So, I mean,
Mm,
I think that the style of this is as much natural light as possible from one room to the next and make it feel as big as possible.
right.
That would be.
Bifold doors. These are something you normally see on closets, for instance.
Yeah, bifold doors, we put up with them. I think that it's one of these things that if a closet is too short or not deep enough, and you've got these bifold doors, sometimes they hit coat hangers. Uh, if you have a deep enough closet, then they're great because they stay out of the way.
Right.
They're great for a pocket laundry room. So these are the type of door that if you didn't like pocket doors, the other style is the flat panel um, push button doors. They have a kind of a button on the top, and you can push it closed, and then it just clicks when you open it,
Mm.
and it's a nice one as well. So those are the two general main ones for closets.
Growing up a long time ago, my old house, the family had into the kitchen the pocket doors. Are these still around?
Yeah. Yeah. So pocket doors have to be installed properly. So there's actually preset pocket doors now. Some people that you have a really good contractor and they'll build the pocket door and build it from scratch. But you can actually go to a Home Depot, Rona, and they have the presets. So when you actually install, they have the frame, the hardware, everything, and basically you're just kind of building on the outside of that. You have to be very careful putting these in because you want to make sure that there's not too much pressure. Because if there is, you'll get a line on the door from scraping, and it doesn't open and close properly. If they're not installed properly, they're a pain. So you want to make sure that if you're doing these, get them done right.
Okay. I recently installed a barn door in my place, and I walk past it and I just stand there and I look at it. I love my barn door.
Yeah, they're great, aren't they? I mean, that is the new style of pocket door. Really, what we're doing. We like to see that black rail that we've put up, and then we people pick the colors. There's again a piece of character. Some people will stain the door black. They'll stain the door brown. They'll stain the door gray. They'll do these different things, and it's a piece that they want to have hanging that is really nice. So I think that that's really a trend right now, and I think it stays. So
Well, it does help with the size. For instance, my bathroom, you open up the door, you're eliminating a little bit of space by opening up that door. You're removing the door and
yeah,
putting up a sliding barn door. You're actually adding space into the bathroom.
that's right. Yeah, that's the main goal for that. Well, the character and creating space.
Yeah.
Those are the two things you really want to be dealing with, and yeah, they're very nice.
Let's talk about sliding doors.
Sliding doors. So they're great. I mean, they're fairly inexpensive. You know, if you get the standard size to going to a deck, you know, and they've got full glass panels. When I was growing up the farmhouse I grew up in, we had this sunroom that had like 7 sliding glass doors, and it was just this massive sunroom. You know, it was beautiful, and it was just all glass panels. So it was it's all natural light. It's an inexpensive way of going out to a deck and creating that open feeling.
And in the winter, you're really taking advantage of the sun's heat.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it really does. You know, if you were to go out there and the heat was off by noon, those rooms would be just cooking.
Yep. Panel doors now.
Okay, so panel doors, multiple different styles for panel doors. The old style was just one flat panel, and some people will change hardware. They usually came in a wood color that were urethane, and I think that nowadays we have kind of a wood or a white color, and we do either a flat across 5 panel door. You'll do boxes where there's 6 to 8 panels, so you can go in and you can pick different kinds at any hardware store and basically say, this is the style that I want in my house. And then you'll just get different sizes and match those panel doors. It's probably the most inexpensive way of doing it, but you can pick those pieces that you like. So
Okay, most of the doors we talked about here were interior. Let's talk about exterior doors now.
yeah, so we have multiple different exterior doors. Like I said, I believe that this has a lot of character as you're walking up to a house. I think it makes a big difference in regards to resale and how the house looks. It ties into your landscaping, or it'll tie into your the aluminum flashing around your windows. You want to pick something that's going to accent different pieces of the house, and that will be the main character to that. We start with a steel door, and it will be a heavier door. It's well insulated. And then we have a storm door on the outside. You can have storm doors that have glass panels so that you can see the character on the door. You could have a screen door that actually gets hidden away, but these are just so that you have, you can open your front door, you can have lots of natural light and start from there.
Wood doors.
Wood doors fit on certain homes. I think that they look great on stone houses. They can look great on red brick houses. A character, custom build home. I think that they look really good. I think that they fit really nicely. I don't know that they're as efficient energy wise as an aluminum or steel door because of the dense insulation that is in an exterior door. So you just keep that in mind. I mean, it's always really nice to have a wood door. You can also get a different type of door that looks wood, that might be more efficient, but you just have to be thinking about those pieces when you want to go to that step.
And finally, we talked about wood, maybe steel, aluminum doors. What about fiberglass?
Yeah, so fiberglass are great doors. There's going to be absolutely no rust of any sort. 20 years down the road, sometimes you see steel doors that'll have a bit of rust on them just from salt. Like our climate, we deal with a lot of salt. We put it on the front step. Sometimes it gets into a joint and will create some rust. Fiberglass is unbelievable. You can actually make a fiberglass door to look like wood. So you're going to get the efficiency, you're going to get the look that you want, and it's going to look that way for a very long time. So, I mean, I do like fiberglass as one of the best picks. I think it's one of the most expensive. You have to go and look at those and talk to your windows and doors person and just kind of go through the cost and see which ones you want and what fits best of your style and your budget.
Matt Lee, always a pleasure to catch up with you. This has been Doors 101 with Matt Lee. Take care. We'll talk to you soon, my bud.
Bye now.
Real Estate Tips, brought to you by Matt Lee of Royal LePage.